I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for May 2024. Pretty solid new arrival week. We're getting progressively better after Record Store Day as the weeks go on. So pretty solid. No major pre-orders to tell you guys about this week. You know, I'm selective on the pre-orders that we offer on the website. So nothing this week, but a solid new arrival week and a couple of good restocks. There is a whatnot later today, so this video goes live on Thursday. We're starting to do the weekly Thursday whatnots. They're miniature. They're like 30 items, 1 hour long. I do it at 5 o'clock Arizona time. I don't stream them on YouTube. They're real small. I'm not doing $1,000 items, but I try to kind of do weekly shows, and I'm going to get those kicked off again. I kind of stopped during Record Store Day, but I'm going to start again. Also, I'm featuring a new segment here on the new arrival video, and that is Mike's going to lose a bunch of money trying to sell some of these records, mainly due to the fact that I have too many of them. So this past week we were really kind of short for space, so we had a full company-wide kind of warehouse reorganization that took place. We stretched about 4 linear shelves, maybe enough for 3,000 or 4,000 more records. So, but if I can get rid of some box sets and some of this stuff, we'll have even more space. So I'll show you kind of, guys, what I have. This is stuff that we're just discounting. I have a whole on sale section on the website. So if you go to the main page, it's on there now to where, you know, you can see the before and after price. And they're true sales because these are items that are, you know, priced at such and such, and that I'm discounting them. Pretty much all of them are being discounted for much less than I paid for them. But we're trying to move them out because I've got too much. So, yeah. I'm going to start with the Beatles Let It Be box set. This is the Blu-ray 6-disc collection, the Super Deluxe edition. So, 2 CDs of outtakes, rehearsals, studio chatter. It's got the Glenn Johns mix, the Let It Be EP. But what's cool about this is if you have it, I'd love to hear it. But this has the 5.1 and Blu-ray Dolby Atmos in it. And then a 100-page hardbound book. Normally this was 140 bucks. I got it online for 80 bucks. So we'll see if some of those sell. Here's a record that I ordered way too many of. This is Nathaniel Merriweather presents Lovage, music to make love to your old lady by. This was a record that I ordered pretty heavy because before this came out, the instrumental version and the non-instrumental version of this record were going for hundreds of dollars. So yeah, I've got this marked down from 33 to 20 bucks, 19.99. 2 LP. It's the coolest cover. I'm not really that familiar with the music, but it's Nathaniel Merriweather presents Lovage, music to make love to your old lady by. So yeah. And then this Nirvana box, which I had marked down a little bit, but I marked it down even more. So this is Nirvana's Nevermind. This is the Super Deluxe Edition box set. So you've got the anniversary edition of the album. I think it's a 30th anniversary. Yeah, 30th anniversary of the album, which is the Chris Bellman recut. Then you have Live in Amsterdam 1991, Live in Del Mar 1991, and then Live in Melbourne 1992. Then you have Live in Japan February 19th, 1992. This is worth it for the concerts. But 40-page hardbound book, you've got 4 concerts, and then the album's 7-inch. But this was 260 bucks. I got it for $149.99. And a lot of stuff on here was never released officially before. So, yeah. Okay, let me show you guys this week's new arrivals. I'll start out with Train's Drops of Jupiter from Mobile Fidelity. This is an SACD. They did the vinyl. The vinyl dropped right kind of as COVID started getting going, because I remember it was the first record that I ever had that sold out in pre-order, to where there was no available copies to sell when they came in the shop. They were sold out, and it came out, and at the time it was like a $100 record the day it landed. That was the first time that ever happened, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is crazy. But yeah, they're doing 2,000 of these as SACDs. I kind of didn't know what was going on with this Depeche Mode box set, but this is the 3rd time I've gotten them. They've all sold out extremely quick when I've got it. This is the Violator 12-inch box set. Somebody told me that when they did the initial run, it was missing a 12-inch, so they recalled it and didn't release them. I don't know if that's accurate, but we're starting to see them kind of come into the marketplace now. It was like a $500 box. I don't know how much it's going for now, but I've gotten it a few times. Every single time I've sold out immediately. And yeah, people have been bummed, but I got another chunk of them now. Still numbered, this is 2,275. So I got a restock of that. And then I've got some Mobile Fidelity restocks. I'll include that with it. But we'll start out with Bruce Springsteen, the second Mobile Fidelity one-step. This is a 33 RPM one-step. So it's in the single disc slipcase. They're lowering the numbers now, which is great. They've been doing this, but now we're 7,500. This is 1897. So, yeah, Bruce Springsteen, The Wild, The Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. Mobile Fidelity one-step. Queen, Rock Montreal. This is, I don't think this has ever been on vinyl. I had this as a DVD a while back, but yeah. 3LP, Queen concert. And this is like a banger of a concert. It is awesome. I remember watching the DVD probably 50 times. Okay, Kings of Leon, Can We Please Have Fun? New album by the Kings of Leon. I've got two versions. This is the opaque Apple vinyl version, and then I think this is the standard black vinyl version. New album? Nope, not a new album. So this is a reimagined version of the iconic album Morning View. So I guess kind of a new album, since it's reimagined. On black vinyl, Incubus, Morning View, 23. Let's see. Mastered at Sterling Sound. New album by Shannon and the Clams. I actually, when their album on Sub Pop came out, their last album on Sub Pop, I think it was their second record, I really dug it. I played it quite a bit in the store. This is produced by Dan Arbach of the Black Keys. It makes sense. It's on Easy Eye Sound. Shannon and the Clams. The moon is in the wrong place. Speaking of, we got a restock on the Black Keys' newest album. This has actually been, I haven't had a chance to listen to it, and I really should. One of the coolest covers I've seen all year long. Maybe the coolest cover I've seen on a record all year long. But yeah, Ohio Players. It's actually been selling really well. Okay, the Deutsche Grammophon, the original Source series, all analog, cut from the original master tapes, but they're all remixed, but they're all done analog. The original mixes on these were a little bit lackluster and were pretty panned for quite a lot of years amongst the audiophile communities. The Deutsche Grammophon stuff was never really well regarded. These have been extremely well regarded, and the people in the classical community who've loved these particular performances, but not necessarily the music, have kind of raved about these. This is the first run. They've been doing like first pressings and then like unnumbered later pressings, but this is the new set of them, and these are all limited to 3,250 copies. We got Beethoven Symphony No. 6, the Pastoral Symphony, number 812. Bartok. Well, I'm probably going to keep this one. That's kind of cool. It's number 9 of 3,000. Number 9. I haven't took one for myself, so if you're going to keep one, it's going to be number 9, right? But I'm guessing maybe all my numbers on that are really low. We've got Bruckner. This is number 2,766. Symphony number 4. And then Brahms, Symphony number 1, 774. Okay, the new album from Dua Lipa, Radical Optimism. We've got it on red vinyl. This is on Warner. And then this is on clear vinyl. Love this series. This is on Tico. This is Joe Cuba Sextet. Vagabondito. Vagabondeando. Vagabondeando? Probably that's what that is. Yeah, Vagabond. Yeah, we'll go with that. Hanging Out. All analog, cut from the original master tapes by Kevin Gray at Coherent. This album set the stage for Joe Cuba as one of the premier New York City Latin artists of the 60s. This whole series that Kraft's been doing, you know, they own the label now, the Fania stuff as well. They've just been absolutely fantastic. And a lot of music that I'm not necessarily familiar with, but I've really enjoyed, and I've gotten them all so far. Kamasi Washington, Fearless Movement. This is on Shoto Mas. Shoto Mas. I'll give this a listen to. Some of his stuff is really good. He has some stuff that goes a little more jazzy, and then he has some stuff that kind of pulls away from that. This record is absolutely fantastic. I have an original French pressing of this. This is the Lafayette Afro Rock Band. Malik. So, really good. I kind of researched them a while back. They were essentially an American band that went over there and had success in Europe. Pressed on limited edition translucent blue vinyl, but very, very funky. This is on Strut. Billie Holiday at Storyville on Black Lion Records. Mastered by Bernie Grundman, pressed at Palace. Billy Idol's Rebel Yell. This is the 40th anniversary 2LP Deluxe Expanded Edition, featuring 8 bonus tracks, previously unreleased demos and session recordings. I'm probably going to pick this up. One of the absolute best concerts I ever saw was Billy Idol. It was a private show in Las Vegas. It was a work-related event. There was like 100 people at it. It was at the Hard Rock. Unbelievable show. Billy was there, Steve Stevens. I mean, it was a full band. It was awesome. Dave Matthews, Some Devil. 2003 solo record. Solo debut record of Dave Matthews. All right, we've got Santana's Marathon. Limited to 1,500 individually numbered copies on yellow, red, and orange marble vinyl. This is number 343. The Monkees Headquarters. What version is this? Some color variation. I feel like I've got like 6 of these things at this point in time. But this is, looks like a mono variation of Headquarters, so probably a color variant. Carly Simon's No Secrets. This is a Friday music release. The Vitamin String Quartet performs Taylor Swift. This is on Dusty Denim Blue Vinyl. John Entwistle. So all the solo John Entwistle albums are getting a reissue. I'm not 100% sure why, but if you want a fresh, clean copy of it, I guess this is the way to go. This is pressed on translucent green vinyl on Demon Records. Rigor Mortis sets in. This is on orange vinyl. From Music on a Vinyl, we've got Corrosion of Conformity. In the Arms of God. This is limited to 1,000 copies on silver-colored vinyl. Number 755. The Chameleons, Strange Times, 3LP, limited edition, triple gatefold, with all kinds of bonus stuff on it. For maximum sound quality, these discs play at 45 RPM, so they're cut at 45 RPM. You're seeing a lot more standard release records being done at 45 RPM, like the Talking Heads for Record Story. That was 45 RPM. The brand new album from Powerman 5000. We've got Abandoned Ship. Actually, I read the hype on this, and it looked pretty cool. What did it say? It was something along the lines of... it was like a score for a fictional... what did it say? It was a score for like a fake sci-fi thriller. Check it out online, see what it says. It looked pretty interesting. Rainbow Kitten Surprise Love Hate Music Box. Exclusive milky clear colored vinyl. Cape Forester. Angus and Julie Stone. Actually, it's Angus and Julie Stone, and the name of the album is Cape Forester. La Mafia, Vida, 30th anniversary. So I try to order international records as often as possible. This is one of those Latin records that I brought in, but I can't tell you anything about it because I don't do very well reading Spanish. Sometimes English gets me, truth be told, but I blame the fonts on most of these records as opposed to me being able to read them. I mean, that's what I'm going to go with anyways. But yeah, Death Jokes. Amen Dunes. So this is Amen Dunes Death Jokes. This is the loser edition, which is Sub Pop's code for first pressing. Anything that's a first pressing gets a special color variation, and it's considered a loser edition. Phantom Library, the original score. Cyberpunk 2077. Sturgill Simpson. Meta-Modern Sounds in Country Music. This is a 10th anniversary edition. This is extremely well done. Big, thick tip-on jacket. It's kind of like an audiophile record. Oh, look at that Stoughton. Old-style tip-on jacket. 180-gram black vinyl. Comes with an obi, but it's a generic, you know, that it's not factory sealed. But yeah, very well done. This looks good. I'm going to give this a try. This was one of the releases that caught my eye this week. Kenny Barron's Beyond This Place. Brand new album. Limited edition with 2 bonus tracks. Let's see who is on this. Jonathan Blake on drums. Steve Nelson on the vibes. We've got the soundtrack to Neil Simon's Murder by Death on Verasi Sarabande. Oh, I like this. Keeping Score since 1977. That's quite the little hook. Available on vinyl for the very first time. My allergies are killing me. Left Field, Leftism. This is the indie exclusive on white and black marble vinyl. Indie exclusive, these are only available to authorize... Actually, no, that's... Indie exclusive is any independent record store. They have these RSD exclusives that are essentially only available to stores that participate in RSD. But they're using kind of the same sticker now. Side 3 starts with Space Shanty. I wonder what's... I might have to listen to this too. Space Shanty. Space Shanty. Hombre G's. Estamos Locos. Okay. Yeah, right on. What in the world? This is the smallest font ever because this is the largest name ever. Wadada Leo Smith and Ania Claudine Myers. Central Park's Mosaics of Reservoir Lake Paths and Gardens. Indie vinyl exclusive. Oh, yeah. It was really small. If I botched any of that up, blame them for making their record a paragraph long. Title or paragraph long. Okay. Hovey Benjamin. I Invented Music, the indie vinyl variant. We've got Jordan Raki, The Loop. This is an indie pressing. It says indie 12-inch. Does it come in another size? Maybe they do an 8-inch version of this. I don't know, but this one is the indie 12-inch. 2 LP on Decca. Okay, let me show you guys a restock. I got pretty good restocking from Mobile Fidelity. They're starting to bring some of the back catalog in. The Eagles, Hotel California, this is just a restock. This is still sold extremely well. We've done really well with that. People always say, you know, MoFi. But man, if they do a good title, they still sell extremely well. The Miles Davis stuff, speaking of a good title, the Miles Davis stuff, in a lot of cases, are still the definitive versions of the records. This Jack Johnson is fantastic. One of my favorite Miles Davis records as well. This was also a record that I featured on 10, what did I title that? It was Records for People Who Don't Like Jazz, you know, kind of something along those lines, you know, to try to help people out. And I give explanations on kind of my thinking and reasoning and give you guys like tips, but that's a good entry way into jazz if you're not a jazz fan. Restock of Jerry Garcia and David Grisman. Actually, this is an analog record. Half-inch 30 IPS analog master to analog console to lathe. So that input, you can, you know, it's a new version of it because it has the Spars code on it. Fantastic. I'm curious if the Jack Johnson does. This is still using the old jacket. No Spars code on that. Fog hats, Fool for the City. Weezer's Pinkerton. Miles Davis's Milestones. Miles Davis, Round About Midnight. Dire Straits, the self-titled, my favorite Dire Straits album. Got a restock in of Cannonball Adderley's Something Else. They only made 6,000 of these. Actually, this is a really low number, 328. Not low number, but generally they don't send stores, retail stores out numbers that low. Joni Mitchell Blue. All right, guys, that is it for this week's new arrival. But yeah, check out that on sale section. Maybe there's something you guys could like in there. You know, might be interested in. Also, on a side note, if you're a small, I got a ton of T-shirts on there for like next to nothing. We used to sell T-shirts years ago, and I kept lowering the price, and of course all the sizes like large, extra large, double X, those all sold out. But if you like small, you know, if you're a small, you got a lot of great officially licensed band T-shirts on there for like $6, $7, $8 a piece. If you're small. But yeah, that is it. Until next time.